Hey! This is Steven Platinum, your friend in wrestling. Platinum versus Impact. This is from September 16, 2021. For those who have asked, are you going to cover the pay-per-view for Impact on Saturday? I absolutely am. Thanks for asking. In fact, I've already made the thumbnail with my crazy Negan face all over the Victory Road logo. So I'm good to go on that. How was this show? It was most definitely a go-home show, and Impact usually does a good job at the go-home shows. This was certainly no exception. The main event in particular, really fun, something they built up for quite some time, and that is cool. Well, how does Impact fit in with the way that wrestling is going as of late? I guess the easy answer is, their move to Thursday is probably the best thing that happened to them. They have the night alone. They're able to kind of do their thing, and it seems to be going well. My notes about the Impact Zone, or whatever they're calling it, looking like a black box theater in a real theater. I don't know if it's been noted, but I do notice that they're doing a lot more tight camera shots. They're not really emphasizing the fact that they're in this sort of like space that's got like 2 or 3 rows of people only. I'm looking at you, NXT. And it seems like they're determined to sort of keep it moving, keep it going, and really focus on what's going on in the ring. They're never going to solve that problem as long as they continue to just film in that space entirely, but I did notice that it was a different looking show, and I think that is to their benefit. Let's just jump into it and see what we got. We open with DK, in this case Black Taurus, and Crazy Steve against Violent by Design, and the split up of Violent by Design is officially taken place. So at the end of it, Decay wins the match because of a bit of a snafu, and then Diener attacks, Doring joins in, and EY puts Rhino underneath the Violent by Design flag to end the segment. Not the greatest match, but that wasn't really the point. Violent by Design splitting up most certainly was. Second match, Petey Williams versus TJP, which was a lot of fun. Petey Williams really does have this kind of new lease on life doing these matches. The in-ring action, particularly in the beginning and the middle of the match, I thought was very good. The thing about the broom I thought was actually kind of silly when Macklin was attacking, and the broom stuff I thought was really dumb. But at the end of it, Williams did get the win after an exchange of roll-ups, but Macklin laid everybody out. That was, again, the real point of the segment. So lots of beats downs happening, not related to the match directly itself. Laredo Kid, good to see him. It looked like for a while he might have get an AEW gig, because they would kind of throw him in with the Lucha Brothers and Six Mans and stuff like that. But not to be, but Impact might be a better fit. Someone who definitely fits in at Impact is John Skyler. It's great to see him, and they're giving him a little bit of a rub. And again, he gets a roll up with a handful of tights to win this match. It's great to see Skyler, great to see him doing his thing. Impact is probably a good spot for him. I ain't mad at it. But what we're not doing is we don't seem to be developing a lot of stuff for the pay-per-view, but they're definitely beginning to do that. Skyler, of course, could not just stop talking about how he got a victory over Matt Cardona, which made me laugh. Trey Miguel against Matthew Rehwoldt. You could probably guess who won this one. At the end of it, though, Deonna Purrazzo hits the ring and delivers a low blow to the victor, who was Trey Miguel, of course, only for Mickie James to follow and ignite a brawl that required security to try to break that up. And of course, Mickie James goes off the top rope, wipes out the Virtuosa and the security team out on the floor. So cool stuff. And again, this is the very definition of a go-home setup show, because every match, the stuff that happened at the end of the match, or more importantly after the match, is way more important than the match itself. It does give the show a big throwaway feel when 4 matches all have shenanigans happening after the match. It's something that I've warned AEW about, and now I warn Impact. You can't keep going to the well. It is diminishing returns. But the match itself between Miguel and Rehwoldt was very, very good. I'll say that as well. Then finally, we get our main event, a 10-person tag match. You notice I'm not talking about the other segments. There really were no promos that stood out, and I'm not going to cover some silliness. I'm just not going to do it. It could be, especially if it doesn't lend itself towards the angles. But this 10-man tag match had a lot of implications, right? You got Ace Austin, the #1 contender. You got Christian on the other side, the Impact champion. They're facing off. You got Madman Fulton, who is in Ace Austin's corner for that match. You got Brian Myers, Moose, and Morrissey on the heel team. Then you got Josh Alexander, who's going to be defending his X Division title. You got Chris Sabin, Eddie Edwards, and Sami Callihan. So this promised to be good, and it wasn't good. It was great. It was fantastic. 5-on-5, everybody got to show off their stuff. Really, really good. Cage delivers a spear to Myers, and Alexander, who is now the legal man for the babyfaces, delivered the underhook piledriver for the win. Really fantastic stuff. Impact really does a good job with these go-home shows. This was really no different, and they really got a lot of work done in that 5-on-5 main event. Lots of stuff set up. So I ain't mad at it. Good job, Impact, and looking forward to the pay-per-view.